rocket, Gordon.
One obviously is a Gemini. You see the wild corn dogs?
I think they just harvest them from there, or do they grow them domestically?
Imagine they grow them domestically right next to the marshmallow patch.
Our friend Jeff has brain cancer, plus or minus a miracle or two. His doctor says he has about 2 years to live.
Security line.
We asked him if there were some things he'd like to see in the time he has left.
We have a tour guide who might get us through a little bit.
The Kennedy Space Center in Florida was at the top of his list. The cancer and the chemo he takes to slow its growth have limited his energy and his ability to walk very far. So for this visit, he's tooling around in that wheelchair.
So they debated what type of person do we need. One of them was a Marine, that was John Glenn. The rest of them were all Navy or Air Force. You get bonus points if you can name them all without looking.
So they say this is a real Redstone rocket. This is not a simulation. This is not a test.
They couldn't fit an Atlas rocket inside here.
That is Wally Schirra's capsule. Wally Schirra launched on an Atlas rocket, not this Redstone, but they couldn't fit an Atlas in here. So the tour guide says, well, let's stick that one up there and everybody will know the difference. People know the difference. This is the real Gemini heat shield. Get in space.
65 to 66 was our longest duration American space flight. Gemini 7 was in orbit for 14 days. Well,
longest mission?
You can't stand up.
14 days.
That person, sleep with that person,
14 days in this space.
Exactly. And you can see there's no bathroom in there. They basically use bags.
No bathroom.
I mean, he was in this capsule and he did a spacewalk and they had real problems with this particular spacewalk. Because they hadn't learned how to do the spacewalking yet. This was the second spacewalk. The first one I think was only about 20 minutes. This one was a little bit longer. We actually have a video. Let's walk around the other side. This was the original Mercury mission control. It was laid out just like this, and this is the actual equipment that was used for Mercury mission control. So those early flights, Alan Shepard, John Glenn, those people that you saw in that picture, all those launches were controlled using this equipment. It was laid out just like this. In fact, if you happen to watch any of those flights on TV, that's what you saw. And they interviewed Alan Shepard like a day or two before his flight. They asked him, how come you were chosen? There were 7 people. They all wanted to be the first one in space, the first American in space.
The punchline was, they ran out of monkeys. Okay, you may have noticed that the audio on this video can be kind of chopped up, either from the tour guide or from any of the audio-visual displays. That's because I didn't shoot the video to include all the audio that was hitting the camera. I was concentrating on the pictures. So for audio, you get what you get.
So these rockets in the rocket garden are all real rockets except for this one. None of them flew in space. They're like leftovers, but they're all real. Probably no gas on them. So tour guide is saying this is what John Glenn launched on, the type of rocket. And it was originally, most of them are repurposed military missiles, so that's what this one was. An ICBM. So, one engine, two engines, three engines. What is that? 5, 6? Delta 2.
Delta 2.
The newest rocket in the garden.
Rovers that we sent to Mars. So if you remember Sojourner, which was the very first rover, then Spirit and Opportunity, all launched on a Delta 2 rocket.
Okay, what's special about this rocket?
The solid rocket boosters, you can have a variable number of them, from 1 to, I think it's 8.
Just Velcro them to the side?
They have attachment points, big attachments, at both the front end of it and the back end of it here.
Probably not Velcro.
Now it looks like pretty hefty steel.
And that engine, that one engine is powerful as all the ones on there combined. Okay, I guess I gotta go in since there's nobody else in the line. There's an uncomfortable place to sit.
That was the hard part about the
There's my control panel. And whoa, there's not enough room for my head in here. I think this may be for kids, but I'm sitting in my tin can far above the sea, sky, land. I'm gonna push some buttons and see if I can open the hatch. Fire retro and jettison the tower and release the drogues. Who let the drogues out? I need a snorkel and I'm gonna decomp. Now, did you see any of that? Maybe you could. I wasn't looking at the screen. All right, still already in line waiting. So I'm getting out.
Down there about 300 miles before you know it, you splash right home in the Atlantic Ocean, right around the Bahamas.
So evidently, astronauts are no more than 3 feet tall. Apparently.
So they're facing straight up.
Okay, so it turns out I did it wrong. That's the way you do it. Still too tall. No, maybe not.
Orion, this is the
Orion
capsule we're going to use to send our astronauts to the moon.
Model. The next deep space capsule.
The first time we're going to
That'll be going to the moon.
Is not going to have astronauts in it, but that launch is scheduled for late this year or early next year. Okay, we're going to send the capsule to the moon, put it in orbit around the moon, and bring it back.
How many astronauts?
Four astronauts.
How you doing so far?
Holding up just fine.
What do you think?
I think that's a big fuel tank.
Yeah.
Do you know where the O-rings were?
Yeah. You're almost too close to see them. If you come back out here. 1, 2, 3.
The black rings
Yeah, the black rings.
were the O-rings.
All the way down. Yep, all the way down.
Okay, there it is. It's a little different than when we saw it in the DAB back in 2012.
Thank you, and welcome to Atlanta.
I missed him raising the curtain. It was dramatic.
That's a good. All right, 3, 2, 1. Jeez. It's not gonna see you smile, are you?
I'm smiling anyway.
Close up here. There's a few in there.
So much, that's fine. Film's cheap.
Sure. Tiles like the ones you see up here, they only protect it up to about 1,200 degrees Fahrenheit. Then you have the lattice material.
This is the docking
Float up this tube
to connect to the space
once they
station.
cross this opening, they were inside the space station. Maneuver that thing in.
So it didn't extend any farther out than that. The space station had a tunnel that came out to meet it.
Well, that's why they got.
And just for a little scale, I'm this close. If I leaned very much over this railing, I could touch it. I don't think they'd like that, but I could. The lovely Cindy will demonstrate that we are, of course her arms are shorter.
Yeah.
We're this close.
Here you see some more of those steering thrusters. Remember they did their deorbit burn. Okay? Usually It never went into space.
Okay, so there's 3 because we lost 2.
We lost 2. We lost Challenger. If you look back over here behind us,
Okay, there's how that docking thing worked.
just like a vacuum cleaner.
It's the Wallowitz zero gravity waste disposal system.
That's exactly what it is. This is the one that went up,
This is,
orbited the Earth twice.
An actual Orion capsule, been in space.
These will control the steering on this one.
This is the one that goes back to the moon. Not this one, because this is the little model.
Some of these are already in the vehicle assembly building. So they've already started assembly.
Again, this is the real one, not a model. How is it to fly, Captain?
It's not sluggish. I mean, it is sluggish.
Is it like flying Iraq?
The weapons controls are stuck.
If this were that movie, you'd accidentally take us off and launch us into space.
Yep. Is that the throttle?
Throttle, landing gear, what's the difference?
Landing gear. Switch is removed. They're probably in the captain's seat over there. The ergonomics of this stick are not very good. The ergonomics of this stick are bad. It feels terrible.
This is an apparently full-size model of the Hubble Space Telescope. That would be a Hubble phone home.
Drive Center, and we don't go out around the pads today. The base is still locked down because of the COVID. However, there are mission-specific people out there, and there's a launch tonight. I'm going to be able to show you that rocket. It's on the pad.
Interfere on flights of exploration since the 1960s, and our future space exploration will take us to the moon, Mars, and beyond.
And Kennedy Space Center is involved in nearly every aspect. Here's how.
This all starts with the ability to get larger, heavier payloads off-planet and beyond Earth's gravity.
It was created by the Expedition 58 crew members. And
There it is with the big white capsule on it. That'll launch about 12:30 tonight. Actually, officially Space Force Station. But none of the facilities down there are big enough for Saturn V, so they acquired 240 square miles out here. That's how big Kennedy is. The building is considered one of the largest in the world by volume. It is the world's tallest single-story structure. They drive over, get underneath to see that big thing on the big platform and back with on the pedestals. That's called a mobile launch platform. The one in the building holding SLS that they're building right now for launch to the moon this fall has a tower on it, 380 feet tall, same size as that. Well, that one there happens to be the very platform they launched Apollo 11 and Apollo 13 off of. Nose wheel right on that yellow line on the other side of the road here, so that the wingtips of the shuttle didn't hit any of the highway signs. That's how they towed it over to the processing building.
Every single human being that has ever stepped foot on the moon left Earth from right there, guys. Launchpad 39A. SpaceX currently has a lease on that pad now. They launched their Falcon 9 and their Falcon Heavy from there. They also use Launchpad 40, which is on the Cape Canaveral Space Force side. If you would, please check your surroundings. Make sure you have all your personal belongings before you exit the bus.
You're welcome to come out and look at this park here. You see those trees behind those blue stanchions? Okay, those are called moon trees. They were grown from seedlings that were harvested from trees that grew from seeds that went to the moon on Apollo 14. You're going to go right in these doors right here.
choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other thing, not because they are easy, but because they are hard.
All strollers, wheelchair guests, and rear impaired guests, please use the door to your far left. Please exit through the doors on your right. Thank you.
This is the firing launch control for the Apollo mission. This is not a mock-up. These are the very consoles we sat at when men first took off to fly to the moon.
SRO, verify go for launch. LM, verify go for launch.
We have the power transfer. We're now on the flight batteries with the launch rate. 60 seconds and counting. The vehicle now is completely pressurized. 20 seconds on my steps. We are slowly rolled at this time. 50 seconds. 4 days. 3 days. 12. All right.
So it turns out this is one of your favorite places on Earth?
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty cool, especially this room.
Model of the Saturn V, so they want to join that or wait for the next one.
We can wait.
Okay, no problem.
How does it compare to a certain spot out in Death Valley?
Well, it's completely different. Much more technical here than there.
And how do they register on the impact meter? About the same?
About the same.
So it's pretty
This is
special.
tough to beat, yeah. I looked at the sign that had the kind of expanded view of these engines out there in the garden, and this big part that's to the left of what looks like a flexible coupling at the end of the hose that wraps around is a turbocharger. These engines are turbocharged. 1.5 million pounds of thrust. I don't know how much they'd have without the turbo unit.
So I'm guessing that is how they steer the nozzle, which steers the rocket.
Apollo 11 was my first opportunity to see a launch, which I was looking forward to. Previous to that, all of them.
I found that the automatic system So this is cool. This is a cutaway of all the stages. The connection between first stage, second stage. It's a pretty bright light behind me and I can't make it go away. Third stage. The capsule and the LEM. So why is there, like, I don't know, is it Russian painted on the side there? Those letters? Oh, never mind. For a look at all the detail and the mechanisms around the nozzle. Cindy was noticing these tiny labels, and I think that this was designed to be looked at like right up close. Not from this railing. There's an antenna up there somewhere. Also never thought about all the fuel storage for the re-entry burn. So over on the model, this third stage single engine looks tiny, but here in real life, it looks huge. I'm pretty sure there was never an in there. I've listened to it many, many times. No time for an Anyway, here's a copy of the line. I learned at another display that is an extension handle, so they can reach down, and the core sample extractor is at the end. Maybe he's just looking for treasure. Is that the giant leap he had to make? Could have extended the ladder a little farther. So I was thinking maybe they brought back a whole lot more lunar dirt than I had expected, and they put it in this sandbox here, but no, that's just a picture. What the heck? I don't see a footprint. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Come here, bud.
I'll get your footprints. Oh, okay. It does leave footprints.
$17 grand is a fraction.
It doesn't leave mine.
much larger organ tip.
It's somebody's though. Apparently I'm invisible. Yeah, it doesn't see me or you. So it sort of leaves footprints, but not where you want. And it's not leaving wheel prints. Are you touching the moon?
Yes.
Cindy, you gonna touch a piece of moon there? You feel tingly? Are you gaining superpowers?
No. I haven't gained any powers.
Alright, I gotta touch some moon here myself. Here we go. Ta-ta-ta. I'm also not gaining superpowers, but I do feel a little bit tingly. Actually, they're just taking fingerprint samples and looking for known felons and tax evaders. The astronauts traveled to the launch pad in luxury in the Astrovan. Now, luxury for 1968. It's the 1968 Astrovan. Travel in luxury. Before you head to the moon. One more commercial try. Astronauts of NASA travel in luxury to the... One more try, take two. Astronauts of NASA travel in luxury to the what? Astronauts of NASA travel in luxury to the launch pad in the Astrovan, the most comfortable vehicle produced in 1968. Notice the spacious interior and the detailed instrumentation panel. So there's no way in over here. You must be exiting the Lunar Theater that way, I guess.
Radio communications break down. Messages to Eagle must be relayed through Mike Collins aboard the command module Columbia.
9.5. Contact right? Okay, engine stop. Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed. Roger, Tranquility. We copy you on the ground. You got a bunch of guys about to turn blue. We're breathing again. Thanks a lot.
A short time later, history is made again.
Okay, Neil, we can see you coming down the ladder now.
For one incredible moment, we are one people with one history, watching our destiny unfold.
38-year-old American
It was a moment shared by an entire world.
Here, man, from the planet Earth, first step foot upon America. Became indeed for all mankind.
With these first steps, mankind stood on the highest ground. and we saw our planet as our home port in the endless ocean of space.
There was something which was surprising to me. It occurred as I was standing on the surface. Just after we had landed, I'd gone down, standing on the surface and looking at planet Earth for the first time, seeing the beauty, seeing the finiteness of it, the limits of it, realizing what a shame it was that people were confronting each other on that planet without realizing what it was doing to the planet. It was a very emotional moment for me. I actually shed a couple of tears. Something totally unexpected for an engineer, fighter pilot to be crying quietly up there in the room.
When I have a chance to talk to kids, I tell them, the first thing I tell them is to take the word impossible out of their vocabulary. Go to their teacher tomorrow morning and scratch it out in the dictionary. The word doesn't exist.
Flight plan from Apollo
7,
1968.
It's the second flight. That is so neat. Philly, Ecuador. Sunset. I'm guessing these are in hours, maybe? Photograph Coast, South America.
Sort of a progression of EDA suits. And this is what they ended up with. In their time off, the astronauts enjoyed rousing games of moon basketball, using lunar samples as the ball. So I was wrong about the entrance to that gantry thing being the exit in the lunar theater, because this is the exit, so it's probably just on the other side, and I wasn't looking at that. We'll find out.
console.
Okay, I found it. It was hiding behind this entrance sign. Cindy has returned. I get to walk through whatever this is. Very bright. And misty. And here we go. What are you guys doing up here on top of the gantry?
Protected for the slip line down. Right outside the Saturn V building, there's a little viewing platform, just kind of looking across the lake. If I can zoom in properly, because it's bright and hard to see the viewfinder. You can see a few launch platforms. That one is the easier one to see. And there's one over here, very thin. And I really can't see the viewfinder at all, so I may be looking at it, and I may be way off. No, there, I think we got it. So this, as you can read, is what they call the moon tree garden. Trees that were grown from seeds carried to the moon and brought back. Each tree has apparently been imbued with a superpower of some sort on having its seeds transported to the moon and back. I guess that's the way things work these days. What those superpowers are, I don't know. I would like a picture of the memorial, but I don't need to be in it.
Without you in it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a picture of the memorial.
theory, there's a repeater up there. And although I can barely see the finder, I see lots of antennas, so I can believe there's a repeater up there. There's a radio club closely tied in with Space Center. And we are heading back to the main area. And we have exited to the gift shop. And we are heading for the bus. And we're going to do this again, but I'm not going to show the whole thing, because it looks just like it did last time.
Just going to be about 12-13 minutes or so getting back, and as we're traveling we are going to go back by the vehicle assembly building. You'll get another look at the VAB, and then you're going to get some information about the Merritt Island National Wildlife Refuge, which is located here on Kennedy Space Center property. Now Kennedy Space Center as a whole is made up of 144,000 acres, and that is approximately 220 square miles.
To expand what's possible and further our understanding. The architecture for these missions is already taking shape. We will go with new systems, old designs, and shoulders of giants to go farther.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to give you a little information here about the building as we go by. The Vehicle Assembly Building, or VAB as NASA calls it, is the world's largest one-story building. It is 525 feet tall, 160 meters, all one story. The doors on this side are 456 feet, another set of those on the other side, and it takes them about an hour and 20 minutes to open a set of those doors. The small panels that go up to the top, they stack into the ceiling, and the other ones open the other direction. And there it is right there. Now, that nest has been in that tree for 59 years.
Modern technology, perhaps none are more powerful than our ability to connect with another person anywhere, instantly. To pick up a cell phone and call a loved one.
Looking forward certainly to it taking care of nearly all of their electric bills. So that's going to be a big asset for them when that is completed. All right. Yeah, I apologize for that.
Touchdown. The Eagle has landed. But I'm waiting to sail in. Check the map and see if we missed anything.
Yeah.
We're in the Mars, Journey to Mars thing here. Oh, there's an astronaut.
artistic work, especially the still life.
I'm not going to survive this docking.
They're not warning you about anything.
60 seconds. Shuttle crew Houston, sorry, running out of time for this again. Let's play along.
Uh-oh. They stranded you into space.
But for joining that, I won't tell anyone.
Yeah, that ain't good.
We see the secret technology here.
Yeah, really ancient technology.
It's got USB 3. It's at least less than 20 years old.
Successful docking.
Excellent job. You were kind and spare. You're the one smooth operator. I hope you had fun. Thanks for
Best
flying.
today. I had 1 minute and 45 seconds left.
So you want to go give that a try for real? I think they're going to sign you up.
I think I'm going to kill a bunch of astronauts.
Yeah, but meanwhile, the rovers.
That's Pathfinder.
I don't see any like windshield wipers to keep the dust off of the solar panels.
Yeah. They'll have Watney go out and wipe them down.
Where does the astronaut sit?
I think in the half.
I think they sit on Earth during this mission.
as thick as Earth. You know, if you're climbing Mount Everest at 29,028 feet, they use oxygen. This is the equivalent of about 90,000 feet, virtually nowhere at all, and you're using a propeller to try to go up. Well, the atmosphere of Mars is 100% carbon dioxide.
And our day is ending in an hour or so. This may be our final destination. What's it look like in the front?
Okay, I wanted to see the front.
So what's the deal with SpaceX? Why is that your favorite now?
Because they're the first commercial supplier to NASA. And the stuff they're doing, NASA never been able to do, like recover a booster. And they don't have to go out and get it. It comes back to them. I think that's pretty cool.
So they have impressed you.
They sure have.
So, my big surprise announcement, there's a Waffle House nearby. Okay, no, that's not it. No. We're on the 8th floor of our hotel, and looking up that way is the launch pad number 40, and in a few minutes, like 3 minutes or 4 minutes, SpaceX Falcon 9 should be taken off. And we think we have a clear view to the left of that courtyard up at the horizon. There's a cruise ship docked up there. A Cocoa Beach hotel of some kind. And we're just waiting for it to go. There's a few other people up here on the balcony waiting with us. Cindy's monitoring the SpaceX channel.
Now at this time, the first and second stages are both.
We are 15 miles away. I kind of doubt that those are the tower lights that I see in the distance flashing, but I don't know, they might be. I don't know exact. Whoa.
Okay.
It's lit up, and there it is.
Up. Look at that. SpaceX Falcon 9. Carrying, oh my gosh, look at that. Carrying XM satellite, and it's up through the clouds. It should appear above them. Yeah, it should come out. I can kind of hear it. I don't know. Hard to say.
I hear a motorcycle.
That's a motorcycle, yeah. But here it comes above the clouds. Look at that. Oh my gosh.
I need to apologize for the fuzzy video.
That is awesome.
Both the camera lens and the viewfinder fogged up when I brought them out of the air-conditioned hotel room into the warm, humid Florida night air. I guess I could look at it with my eyes.
Yeah.
Cool. I thought I had them cleaned up enough, but they kept fogging up and I couldn't really see what kind of image I had. I am as disappointed as you are. Actually, we may hear it more soon because the rumble is going to take a long time to get here. Yeah, we're just starting to hear the rumble. Oh. That's how long it takes sound to go 15 miles. That's disappearing over the hotel.
Yeah.
But it's very faint anyway. Okay, so this is the view for the next morning. The lens is fogging up again, too fast. I'd love to do this some later time, maybe this afternoon. After the lens has temperature stabilized to the heat and humidity of Florida. Meanwhile, it's a good way to just kind of fade the picture out.